people here have heard of the Fiesta movement? Oh, that's nice. So believe me, I go to places where I get like one hand. I keynoted at the Direct Marketing Association in San Diego last month. Direct marketing. You'd think they would get their heads wrapped around social media as the new direct, right?
Yeah.
Out of an audience of 500 people, 2 hands went up when I asked about the Fiesta movement. Remarkable.
Wow.
The Fiesta movement was the brainchild of folks in our Brand and Content Alliances team, which is part of our marketing division. I can take very little credit for it at all, other than being involved as a strategic advisor. The idea was we have our first global platform car, the Fiesta, which is, the Fiesta's been around for a long time, but the new Fiesta is coming back, and it's coming back in a serious way. It's the first global platform car. It's going to be about 95% the same around the world. Understanding, of course, that we need to make changes for safety and different engine specifications in different countries. But by and large, it's about 95% the same. It had already launched in Europe, very popular. It was launching in China in January of this year. And the marketing team thought, well, you know what? We have an opportunity here to build some buzz about the car and to get some feedback on it before it even goes into market. What better way to do that and again, when we look at this target demographic, which is, folks under 30 that are rapidly involved in social media, what better way to pair the two up? So the thought was we'd give 100 cars away for 6 months, let each person say whatever they want. Blog, tweet, Facebook, video, photo, whatever. And we capture it in one place, at fiestamovement.com, unscripted, unedited, just letting their content flow in, letting people say what people like them, letting people see what people like them are saying about our vehicle. Okay, now what does that do? One, it shows that we're very confident in the quality of the vehicle and the product that we're putting out. Two, it shows that we get it, that we're engaging in the conversation that the rest of the world is currently involved in. And three, it, again, puts faces to Ford Motor Company that, it's not an ad on TV that people are seeing, it's somebody like them that they can identify with that's talking about a vehicle in terms that they can identify with. Okay? But what we've managed to do in those short 6 months is we've managed to get nearly 5 million views of their 700 or so YouTube videos, almost 700,000 views of their Flickr photos, nearly 4 million impressions of Fiesta movement as a phrase on Twitter. And between having these folks out there in the physical environment, driving their cars around, because this isn't only happening online, obviously, but they're talking about it online, but their cars are actually out in the wild. And combining that with real-world ride and drives across the country, where we take a number of cars and plop them down in city centers and let people walk around and do some test drives. Through all of that, we've got over 50,000 people that have either registered in person or on fiestamovement.com to say, yeah, I'm interested in this vehicle when you actually launch it.
Wow.
50,000 people, okay? 97% of those do not own Fords currently. That is phenomenal. That's a conquest rate that is unheard of in this industry, all right? And we've got rates of awareness that, depending on who said it, is between 40 and 60% for a vehicle that's not even here yet. That's the equivalent of some of our vehicles that have been in market for 2 to 3 years, all with zero traditional advertising dollars. That is the power of social media.
So how much have they spent, and how did the decision get made to actually do it?
I can't tell you how much we spent, because we don't discuss financials. The decision came from within the marketing group, and they had to upsell it to the executive team. And I will tell you that our biggest fan now, Jim Farley, our chief marketing officer, was one of the biggest skeptics early on. But, in true One Ford fashion, he let the team do what they do best. And as soon as the program launched, he was convinced that this was absolutely the right way to go. And there's been a building of momentum here. None of the stuff that we do at Ford is kind of isolated. You know, you look at everything that we're doing, from the Fiesta movement, to the Ford story, to the 15-second spots for our TV ads right now, which are real people talking about their cars unscripted. It's all consistent, and it's all moving in the same direction, so that collectively there's such a groundswell, there's such a level of interest in the new Ford Motor Company that it's all working to our advantage. And that, again, I talked about being consistent in this personal branding presentation, of being consistent wherever you are. Same works for big brands too. If you slip up in one area and it's not consistent with everything else you've been doing, it's going to come back to haunt you. At the same time, if you've been consistent and there's some kind of crisis or somebody is out to damage your brand online, I guarantee you there will be a community of activists who come and rescue your brand or speak in your defense or get out there and fight the good fight without you having to lift a finger. And that's the power of social media too. There was a question back there.